Time to finish the sanding on the truck. The roof looks really good. Kind of wish the whole truck was done now, but that's all right. We'll just keep on sanding. We got this all prepped up here, so we don't have to worry about getting close to the roof. Doors are prepped up on the top. We just have the hood and the doors in the back to finish. Shouldn't take too long. You just gotta be patient, take your time. You don't want to rush it now. You just put in 200 hours to get this ready. Spend an extra half hour and do it right. Get into these little tight areas. I've got this little plastic little pry bar. You usually buy them in a kit, and you can just put your scuff cloth in there and get into all the little tight little spots. I don't know what I would do without this. Back in the day, you used to use a screwdriver, and then you whip through there and put a scratch in, and then your day is kind of ruined. These work great. You know, I often wonder why I enjoy sanding so much. You know, it's one of those jobs, you know, it's a necessity, so it has to be done anyway. But, you know, you only have to fire a couple brain cells and just, you know, move your arm and just kind of look. And it's just such an unstressful job. If, you know, if that makes any sense. You know, there's, unless there's a timeline. Like if I had to have this thing all sanded up in 3 hours, well, that wouldn't be very much fun at all. But, it doesn't have to be. And you just keep going and you just know that it's going to look really good. Well, things are looking up. Starting to tape, that means that we're getting closer and closer. Can't wait. So we're just gonna put a little bit of paper around the doors. Some people just throw a little tape on there. I don't want to have to deal with any overspray, so I'm gonna take my time and get it taped up really nice. And another thing I do, you know, even though we do our best to plug up all the holes, I still want to put a little bit of plastic over top the dash, just in case there's some overspray gets inside. You never know. Last thing you need to do is start having a buff overspray. Okay, we're all taped up on the inside here. You do your best. That's all you can do. When these doors close, there could be a little rip, there could be something, but just do your best. Make sure all your edges are all scuffed and ready to go, because if they're not sanded, paint's not going to stick. Okay, let's see what we can do here. Didn't close very good last time. Well, that looks good. Much better. Alrighty. Windows next. Well, we're moving along on the taping. I'm just getting the engine bay done now, and then I got to figure out how I'm going to do the under the hood. You know, you put a lot of work into getting the under the hood done nice, so don't forget to tape it up, because man, I tell you, when it's metallic, that overspray will go everywhere. Well, that was a lot of work. Let's see if it closes here now. Okay, gotta do this side over here yet. She's looking good. Now, it's getting late, and I've just been invaded by a bunch of these little tiny flies that just somehow, somewhere, they just appeared. But that's okay. Tomorrow, it's getting really late here now. I've got it prepped up, so tomorrow we'll prep the shop, wipe everything down. Hopefully the flies will be gone. But that's one of the nice things about putting down the cedar first, is it kills most of the little flies. And you know, if there happen to be a fly land on there, you know, we're sanding it with a little bit of 1200 anyway, so it's all good. Okay, so tomorrow, another day, should be able to get some epoxy primer on it, and then the next day we're into paint. Boy, I tell you what, this is big. Just the hours, you got over 40 hours just in prepping the body and taping everything up. So it's been a long week, but we're getting there. See you in the morning. I gotta go after another fly here. Oh, we got a couple of them over here. One there. There's another one around here. Well, we're all prepped up, ready to go. This is gonna be a huge day because I get to put my epoxy primer on now. So last night we finished up. I finished up about 11 o'clock and just let it warm up here a little bit, and then we can get spraying. So I got to prep the shop up, do a few things like that. I go vacuum the floor. Just have to wet it all down, and then we're ready to go. Last night was working away, and all of a sudden all these little tiny flies started appearing on the hood. That's why we have to paint during the day, not during the night. All right. Alright, you can see I'm all prepped up, got the shop all plasticed up. She's ready to go. But it's too much overspray for my camera, so I'm gonna have to shut you off. Sorry. Alright, once again, wiping her down, making sure she's good and clean. Now, I came back last night. This is the next morning. It's gonna be hot today, believe it or not. And so I want to get an early start. So last night I came back, I didn't have my camera, and I sanded the cedar with 1200. I rubbed it out. Don't think you needed to see that. But she's ready, she's prepped for the morning, saves me a little bit of time. And now I can get going while it's still a little bit cool. Hopefully everything just goes well. I'm not seeing any bugs flying around yet, so that's a good deal. So, won't be long now. Well, I got her done, and it looks really, really good. You know, for a garage job, it's about as good as I can get her. Got a good flow on the clear. You know, these grays are they're tough to spray, but I think it looks great. Well, Project Gray is looking awesome. You know, the paint job turned out, well, better than I thought, because it was a pretty windy day that day, and I had to tape up around my door, And man, I'm really happy with the results. And it's inspired me. Now I got to keep going. I got to get the rest of it done. So today I'm going to actually start on the sanding on the front fenders and the front radiator grill, and we'll see if we can get another piece in here to hang. But I'm going to do that outside. That way I don't get dust everywhere in my shop. I think I can do one more spray without you know, doing a good cleaning. So I'm going to do everything outside. It's cold, it's windy, but I'll get through it. Anyway, it's moving along. This is a big step, and Project Gray is on its way to completion. Till the next video, thanks for watching. Stay tuned.